Greetings, Earthlings. I say Earthlings because we are all living here together in this planet. I've been thinking about this, talking about politics and spirituality. And I know I'm going to have a lot of enemies just saying that word and talking a little bit about it, but at least hear me out first and feel free to give your comments and your thoughts on it. So I've been thinking about talking about this for a while, but what really motivated me was I was watching this video of these beautiful sea creatures. It was seals, and there were divers were there and actually massaging the seals because they wanted that, and it was a really cool video and really cool comments. And somehow in the thread there was politics came involved. Somebody said some negative comment, and then they blamed, they're probably from that party, and it went crazy. And a lot of people were saying, how could you get politics in a beautiful video like that? And that's how I felt too. This is a beautiful, just seeing these sea creatures sharing and connecting, and all of a sudden somebody's pissed and they want to bringing politics involved. So I thought maybe it's something I need to address. And of course, I'm only sharing my perspective, and I'm sure there's other people out there who could share things that I could learn from them as well. But what I would like to talk about really is not so much, who we should pick, but more I would like to discuss about us, we the people. So I know everybody has there's some people who still likes Trump, and there's still people who still, believes in Hillary. And that's fine, because everybody has a right to believe what they want to believe and, live your life. But what I have seen is so much division in the United States, and I could say maybe the same around the world too, but I know it affects the whole world. So I guess I'm speaking mainly to America, but if it's right, share what you want to share. So what I see is everybody is dividing one versus the other. And let's just say, I know everybody has a different point of view, but just for once, let's just imagine the idea. You hear people say, oh, I have to pick the better of two evils. Well, okay, it's such a very cliche saying, so let's go a little further of what that could really mean. I'm voting one psychopath over another psychopath. Okay, so if that were the case, that we're talking about two choices of a psychopath, why are we, the people, fighting together about who picked which psychopath versus the other? If that is the case, that these are psychopaths, why are we fighting toward one another? If we see it as what it is, that these people who are in politics, who want power and control, and it's not about what's really right for the people. I know in some people they do believe that they are good, are doing good, and that's fine. Again, I don't want to bring conflict, telling you to change differently, but I think one thing we can all agree with is that we, the people, need to learn how to work together. If we are dealing with people who are not for the people, why are we fighting with each other? How is this really going to benefit in our situation? I can see people are angry about what's happening. Their circumstances, their lives are a lot more difficult than ever before. probably since the first depression. And they have a right to be angry. They have a right to feel what they're feeling. But does it mean that we should fight with another party because of that? Because if you think about it, what we all really want, it's to be able to have a normal life. You want to be able to take care of your children and your family and your friends, and you want to be able to have a life. What happens is we think that a party or a side is going to be different. Like sometimes it can look a better situation than the other, and in some sense I could understand that, but that doesn't mean it should be a reason to want to hate someone just because they have a different point of view. Because again, you see it as, fighting about someone that you picked the wrong psychopath. That's really how I see it, is people are attacking. Says, oh yeah, you're one of those kind of people who voted for that psychopath, where my psychopath is much better. That's kind of really crazy when you think about it. Why don't we just see, okay, we have differences, but the truth is that we have to learn how to work together, because if we don't change this, and as our life gets, our environment gets worse, which is probably will, it's really important that we learn how to cooperate and work together instead of, accusing, attacking, which eventually brings into much more conflicts. So this is just a different perspective of, politics and spirituality, but it's really not much about spirituality, just about, our way of living and together, the need that we have to learn how to work together, because there's probably 96% of Americans are not psychopaths. They say it's like average of 4%. So there's 96% are just you and me, who are making the best choice we have to be able to, hopefully, what's best for our families and our children and our friends and our community. We're just making the best choice we can right now. And, let's work with what we've got, each other.